Okay, we're going to go over all of the questions in this practice reading test. So, pause the video and read this passage. Okay, now that you're back, I'll probably have to stand up here to do this. Okay, the narrator of the passage can best be described as a swimmer who primarily, so we'll go through each one and then decide which one we want to choose, recalls the swim of his life and the factors that motivated him during that swim, remembers the events that inspired him to participate in a time trial at the Junior Nationals, contrasts the joy of winning competitions early in the season with his later struggles to succeed, and chronicles his swimming career from childhood through high school. Which one is it? What do you guys think? I'm not an English teacher, so I might get it wrong, but it's certainly not. It's certainly not contrast the joy of winning competitions early in the season with his later struggles to succeed. We can throw that one out. Okay. What about remembers the event that inspired him to participate in a time trial at the Junior Nationals? That's not in there. This swim is not the Junior Nationals. It's something else. It's not even a real swim. Okay. So recalls the swim of his life and the factors that motivated him during that swim. Yes. He does chronicle a little bit, but this passage is all about swimming this race all by yourself in a swimming pool. Anyway. Okay. How do I go on? Oh, next. All right, next question. Which of the following events mentioned in the passage happened first chronologically? The narrator stood on the blocks at the Sunday time trial his senior year. Is that the first thing that happened? That's the first thing that was listed. Well, was it the first thing that was listed? Nope. It's not even the first thing that was listed. Okay. The narrator leapt out over the diving well in late September. That did happen. So we'll see if it was the first thing. The narrator swam the 500 freestyle in the high school regional meet as a senior. That happened shortly before the passage. Shortly before the race. And the narrator heard a boy from a rival school cheering. I think it's this one. Right? So it's not what happened first in the passage. It's of all the things described in the passage, which one was the first to occur. And so that happened way at the beginning of the school year. And then those other things happened later, even though that only shows up down here toward the end. Chronologically, it happened first. Okay. Next. The narrator describes the natatorium. What's a natatorium? Yeah, that's half of it. A natatorium is an indoor pool. Okay. As being nearly empty of spectators the day of his race in order to illustrate that the perfect racing conditions the narrator had hoped for weren't likely to occur, demonstrate that contrary to the narrator's expectation, the meet was energetic, explain why the narrator's coach paced at the sound of the horn, identify why the narrator felt a rush of energy before the race. So, would a rush of energy accompany an empty natatorium? No. Would an empty natatorium explain why the narrator's coach paced at the sound of the horn? No, that's what coaches do. Okay. Illustrate that the perfect racing condition the narrator had hoped for weren't likely to occur. Yes, that's the one I would pick. Demonstrate that contrary to the narrator's expectation, the meet was energetic. Is an empty swimming pool energetic? No. So I think it's got to be this one. You guys checking my answers? Am I getting them right? You don't have the answers? Well, I was really hoping you could see the answers. I can see them for some reason, but apparently they don't care if you guys can see them. All right, so that one is the correct answer. So, oops. Oh, we did that. Okay. The narrator indicates that when he swam the 100-yard freestyle in the time trials, the world for a moment seemed to... So you can find the answer to that up here. So I decided to swim the 100-yard freestyle. Where is it? Tell me when I get there. It's got to be right. Nope, it's not. Did you like that? The wormhole in the fabric of time and space. Okay, yep, right there. Sometimes a moment comes along when the world slows down, and though everything else moves around us at the same frenetic speed, we're afforded the opportunity to reflect in real time rather than in retrospect. So it would be this one. Okay. The passage indicates that during the narrator's swim at the time trial, he understood for the first time that his goals would always be one step further on. He had trained for the swim for over a year. The swim was an event that was important to him. Swimming is a choice between the now and the later. The swim was an event that was important to him alone. Okay. Based on the passage, the end, the narrator most likely refers to Final Pursuit of Fitness. No. Last chance to qualify for junior nationals. That could be it. Memory of his final Friday night practice. No. Ultimate realization that he had defeated the other competitors in the race. Because all those people in the pool with him. So it had to be this. Okay. The narrator of the passage characterized the time trial in Houston as one long sprint in which swimmers attempted to improve their times, a meet advertised as a way to qualify for the Junior Nationals, a regional meet that featured only those two races, an informal swimming event put together at the last minute. Definitely that one. Okay, the passage, that's where you're going. Now hurry up. Why when I read this did I think it was a girl? Okay, when I read it, I thought it was talking about a girl. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe, does it say who wrote it? David, oh. Okay. That's why I never read who wrote it. But for some reason, I thought it was a girl. So, cheering boy as he verbally criticizes the narrator's efforts. No. Cheering boy as he shouts encouragement to the narrator. Could be. Narrator as he spectates about what the cheering boy meant when the boy pointed at the pool. That could be that. Narrator as he angrily contemplates his response to the cheering boy. It's got to be the third one. Why not the second one? Yeah. Did he actually shout that? No, it was not shouted, it was just understood. Is this a new passage? No. For the narrator, compared to practicing in the outdoor pool, practicing in the indoor pool is more productive? No. More liberating? No. Less appealing? Yes. What's wrong with the indoor pool? It was moldy. When the narrator heard jump in his mind while swimming, he was most likely remembering his teammate's command the day the narrator caught the flag line, his own shout as he leapt off the outdoor pool's deck that fall, the cheers of the boy from the rival school, the abrupt start of his race that Sunday. The first one. New story. All right, so what do you want to do? Do you want to go through another one, or do you want to practice that reading stuff that's in there? Was it helpful to go through those? You want to try something new? Okay, so click on dashboard, and then explore reading, and then spend the rest of the day working on whatever you want inside there. You have 0 stars in reading. Oh. Okay, that's what we'll do for the rest of today.